This video has got 3 videos in it, but the majority, 95% of it, will be about Optio community. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. And then we did find a couple of short videos, which I just thought I'd tag on the back of this so I get them online. One is called Quantum FI. That was very exciting, only about 3 minutes long. And then the last one we just did a few minutes ago was called Love By Me. Love By Me. It's a beautiful story. I'll fade in the videos. Just wanted to tell you that. So you can zoom to the end. I can't even Sorensen, don't know, and Tom. I don't know. Let's get in here and have a listen to this meeting. Sounds like he's having a good old time with his mate. We'll see if we can get some sound working for you and see what these boys
can talk about this, which is really exciting. That
everything's really exciting.
Officially got an evaluation of $1.2 billion.
Oh, $1.2 billion.
And let me I want to make this very clear. This is not Optio. Okay. Optio is the blockchain. Optio is the decentralized system. Okay. So you got Pulse and then you got Optio, right? Optio is the blockchain that is powering Pulse. Okay. So I just want to be really, really clear that this is not Optio. I'm talking about Pulse. I'm talking about Parlor.
This meeting is being recorded.
$1.2 billion valuation. And the announcement I want to make right now, for the first time ever, is that it's going public.
Oh my God. Why didn't you just get somebody else? Why do you scam people with such bullshit?
Whoa.
$2 billion valuation. What planet are you on? What are you doing? You're just a friggin' scammer, mate.
Come on there.
Yeah, so there'll be a lot of PR that will be coming out here in the very near future on it.
All right.
It was by a tier 1 bank.
Right.
That evaluation. This is news.
We can't talk about this. We can't talk about the banks or anything like that. So, but we are going that not Optio, just letting you know, the company behind it is going public. This is huge. And what I want to share with you guys real quick is that there has never, ever in the history of a utility token ever had a point to where it was backed by a publicly traded company, which is huge. It's absolutely huge. This is big news. Really, really excited about it. And so, obviously there's always going to be somebody comes up, whatever, but this is actually massive news. There's never been a utility token come out to where there's able to have the situation where they're backed by a publicly traded company. This is massive. Okay. So anyways, that's really big news. Nick, if you want to reshare the screen again, that'd be huge.
There'll be a lot more information that's coming out on that.
Yep.
PR releases, they'll be coming here in the very near future for sure.
Absolutely.
So this meeting is being recorded.
Yeah. So if you want to reshare your screen real quick.
This meeting is being recorded.
Yeah, give me a second. I gotta find it now. There we go.
All right.
Here we go.
It's still not showing you screen yet.
I had to find it. I've got it.
There we go. Okay. So let's go back onto this. I wanted to share that news with you guys. It's absolutely huge. So basically, let's talk about what a node is. So we're going to talk about here in a minute what a node is. But before I dive into what it is, most of you guys probably remember back in the day, some of you might be younger than Nick and I, but at one point, right, if you remember the cell phone era when it came in, cell phones, we would be like, I'd be on the phone, hey, about to hit a dead spot, buddy. I'm going to have to call you back. And
you're just a bunch of scammers, though, aren't you? Talking bullshit.
Don't know what's going on
here.
What
are you doing that for? Stop being bullshit. Look, we're monitoring you. We're going to close you guys down.
Hacking us and bringing in, but obviously someone's hacking us and keep coming in. So sorry about that, guys. Listen, when you're doing something special and you're doing something amazing, there's always going to be haters. There's always going to be somebody coming in. So whoever the monitor is.
When you're scamming, we're going to be watching you. Hey, so as long as you're doing this, we're going to.
Don't let anybody else in, please. As we're doing this, let me just tell you right now, this is not a scam. This is the most legit thing you've ever seen. I'd highly suggest that people go to Dallas, see the home office, see the hundreds of employees. This is the most amazing thing ever seen. So please don't let anybody into the room anymore because there's people trying to come in and disrupt this thing, which is crazy. So back to it. So a node, right? As Nick and I, when we came in, there's people coming in, like it says Nick Sorensen, he's already on the call. So there's no reason to let him back in. Just don't let anybody back in the room, please. So to be involved in this, a node costs $1,000, which is unbelievable. Like I've seen other competitors that have come in and basically they're doing $10,000 a node, $20,000 a node, and they don't have a $1.2 billion valuation of companies like you've seen, right? This is absolutely amazing what we're doing right now. And so I'm going to kind of give you guys an example of what a return on rewards looks like. Okay, so what I want to share with you guys right now. So Nick and I, as he mentioned earlier, we have literally, gone out and putting, nodes in, and we keep investing nodes, because we understand that timing is everything. And being an entrepreneur,
he did really well.
Times where I'm like so thankful that I had the right time or the right
this
place.
This is a big opportunity.
Where basically I was there, right, at the right time or place, and that made massive success for me. And this is a timing thing, because right now $1,000 a node is unbelievable, and right now each node is producing, I think, somewhere around like 240 or 230 Optio a day. It's basically what a node is. It's in the blockchain, and for owning a node that is helping run the blockchain, you're earning daily distribution rewards.
Let's see if we can get these people's names.
I'm just going to show you 175 Optio a day. Nick, next slide.
We'll get all these names.
I'm going to show you guys a couple examples of what this would look like, okay? Just from one node, by the way, okay? One node. Meaning that you just, someone bought $1,000 in node, and right now the token is not even 2 cents. But I'm going to show you an example of what it would look like at 2 cents. So at 2 cents, at 175 tokens a day, you'd be earning $3.50 a day, $105 a month, and then $1,200 annually. Okay. Now you keep going up 5 cents, 10 cents, 25 cents. Let's look at what would be like at 25 cents. One node.
We'll write a blog about this one.
$1,000 at 25 cents. You're looking at, an annual return of almost $16,000 a year. Now, here's what I'm gonna say, and I'm saying this I am just like Nick. We are just community members.
Massive,
right?
Yeah.
And what I'm about to say might or may not be compliant. Cat might slice my throat. I don't know. We'll see, but
reservatively, go and say it.
I'm not saying this is what's going to happen at all. I'm just telling you what I'm here for. I'm personally here for way more than 25 cents. I'm looking at what Nick just all presented. It may never happen. I don't know. But me personally, I'm here for way more. So if you think about 10 nodes, 20 nodes, 30 nodes, right? What would that look like over time?
Look like you're going to lose lots and lots
and
of
nodes
money.
really is like, again, nodes are the thing that runs the blockchain, that makes it stronger, those things. These are just examples, not saying this is what's going to happen. These are just examples. These are not guarantees. Go ahead, next slide, Nick. So let's talk about the next thing that I'm really excited about. So
he's really excited.
We are,
I love it when they're always really excited.
I would say very close to now going into tier 1 exchanges, which would be like, your crypto.com, Coinbase, things like that. But one of the things I'm really excited about is we are actually launching our own crypto exchange. Maybe
I'm
you guys
trying
have
multiple
looked,
names.
and I know we have international people here all over the world, but I just kind of want to talk about what's happening here in the United States where we live. Our president, Donald Trump, he's come out and talked about making us crypto dominant, making sure that U.S. crypto exchanges would basically have massive benefits for people, like capital gains taxes and things like that. So for us to have our own exchange, which we're working on right now, Optio DEX, is absolutely amazing. It's going to be fully decentralized, no external exchanges. That we're going to have basically built-in swaps where you could swap, Optio for USDC or USDT, and also you can use Optio for your different utilities, like buying things on, like we talked about with Cartex and things like that. This is absolutely amazing. This is huge. This is revolutionary, and it's coming real soon. So let's talk about how a node works. So as we talked about earlier, talking about nodes, as I kind of give an example of the cell phone towers, dead space, things like that.
Just trying to get multiple browsers going so we can fool them into letting us in.
Business models we could have went. We could have went to a business model where it said, okay,
But we didn't.
Let's
we
go
went to
get a bunch of
multi-level
investors for Optio. Let's go build all these servers and all these warehouses and all these different things. And what we decided is basically that we didn't want to answer to people with Optio. We wanted this to be a completely decentralized community where you guys had the vote, right? In fact, I think we just had a vote yesterday on something that's coming out with staking.
You'll be too tempted not to let people in.
So as we're looking at this, right, I want you guys to understand that the business model
we've
here
got
is that we, the community, are the owners of this decentralized system, right?
We're going to have
there is no shareholders, things like that. With Optio, we are the owners
waiting
of this.
to go in.
Optio tokens are distributed through the blockchain protocol, through the nodes, right?
I'm missing
tokens
people will sign
may
up
be
and I'll
used
miss
within
out
the
money.
pulse ecosystem, meaning
So let's see.
Partex, things like that. There are no RO guarantees, no investment claims or anything like that. But here's what I can tell you. As long as your nodes are running.
No investment claims, but
right?
I'll keep telling you something.
And you can get up to 100 nodes 100 nodes running on,
about letting me in, you can hear
basically
him.
through Simple
monitoring
for
the room.
$29.95 a month, which is huge. $30, less than $30 a month, runs up to 100
so who
nodes
is this crowd that he's raving on
seamlessly.
about?
I've seen competitors where they're trying to charge $5-10 a node. It's ridiculous. So you think $29.95 a month for 100 nodes runs absolutely amazing on the network. So next slide. So
what's the chat room
we
doing?
talk about real rewards, real ownership. That's what I was talking about earlier, is that if you are an owner in the nodes in this community, you have real ownership, right? You're helping the blockchain, the power of the blockchain, you're contributing to the blockchain. And because of that, you're going to get daily distribution of rewards. And the best way I talk about nodes, guys, is basically it's like the chicken that
Do you have the name of the
right?
website
you
address
can go
where they
to
can
the
buy
store
the
and buy
nodes for
eggs,
$1,000?
right? And you can eat the egg, crack the eggs are done. But would you rather have the chicken that keeps laying the eggs, right? And that's the best way I look at these blockchain rewards is you're getting daily distribution of Optio, which is absolutely super powerful.
Super powerful.
So what you get with a node, number one, you get a lifetime node license, and that's really important to know. I've seen competitors, people out there like, oh no, you have to do a yearly subscription. No. Once you spend $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, the nodes are absolutely yours for life. Okay.
Because they'll be worth it.
Also, you get access to a dashboard where you can see, the daily distributions coming in. And by the way, Kaivo, Nick, I don't know if I don't think you discussed this or not, but Kaivo now is hooked up. Where you go into Kaivo, the app, you can connect it to your Parler and play TV. And
oh
so
my
all
God,
those,
really?
basically the commenting, the liking, the sharing, the uploading, all those rewards now will start going into your Kaivo app.
So when you come back in 6 months' time, you'll realize this is all fallen over.
Right? The daily Optio reward distribution, you're going to see it right into your app. Also, you're going to be eligible for airdrop eligibility. When we do contests, things like that, we can airdrop. You can participate in our community platform and our voting, which I talked about, which we just had a vote yesterday. Real ownership, being a part of this community in a major way. Next slide. So how do you get started? Again, it's $1,000 a node, which is so inexpensive, folks. It's unbelievable. No annual or monthly node subscription. You can be a part of this community in a major way.
Who knows?
And here's what I want to tell you guys. Right now, we're actually running a promotion. We extended it. It's going to end the 4th of July.
It's so good they had to extend it.
For a reason.
At that price, you think everyone would have snapped it up.
Buy 10 nodes. If you buy 10 nodes, you'll get 10 free, which is a $10,000
waste of money
gift, right? So you buy 10 nodes, you're gonna get 10 free. You're gonna have 20 nodes for the price of 10. Go back to the illustration I showed you.
Yep.
God forbid you go to 25 cents or beyond. Just you can do the math, right?
All right.
It's really powerful how much money you're going to lose to be a part of this community. And Nick, is there another slide after this, or we have final thoughts? Or timing? Yeah, timing's everything. So here's what I want to tell you guys.
Timing, urgency.
I look at timing, and all of my success, guys, has come from timing.
He's got so much success, he needs to spend all his time on
I've been at the right place at the right time, not by accident, but by design. Meaning, I can say some of it's been accident. Meaning, I've just worked really hard, and when I see something that is there in front of me, and I see
who's the owner of the company?
I guess the
Where's the
clues,
offices?
success.
Can I
They
ring
said
up company?
success leaves clues. You know, these are things
it's
that
all
you should look
Dale?
at because success does leave clues. And I look at what the guys behind this, the people behind
Who
this,
are they?
the billion-dollar brands they've created.
Wow.
I look at all of it, and that's why, you know, myself and Nick and others, we've all decided to completely hitch our wagon to this because we understand what's about to happen.
Yeah,
it's
you're
so
about to
powerful.
get a whole lot of money for
it's so
referring
big.
others
It's
into
amazing. There's things in my life I've dreamt about being in a position where I'm today to be a part of this community. And Nick, you know what I would real quick. I don't know if you want to or not. If you want to come on and just kind of any closing thoughts you might have with everything, but that was a lot of information we shared, and there was a couple of little interruptions in there, which is fine. I'm used to them. That's minor to compare to interruptions I've had with past things, but I'd love for you to come on and you know, just anything you'd like to share to close us out.
No, like I said earlier on, this is a really incredibly fun project, right? I mean, you know, like I said, to start out, there's a love-hate relationship with big tech and big data. And this is a, you know, large company, Pulse, that decided to integrate with the Optio blockchain to basically, you know, flip that upside down and basically, you know, give it back to the people. And so this whole platform that Pulse has built is for the people. Them integrating with Optio gives
so
you
I'm just
the
going to
ability
ask
to earn these Optio tokens based on engagement, or
question.
accelerate it, right? If you guys decide to purchase a node. And so there's a lot of value here. Matt talked about the value of just the Pulse ecosystem individually by themselves.
I'm asking him whether
that was just recently done.
Optimal
There's also massive value with the
is the place you sign up
blockchain, right? The amount of people that are already using these apps, the massive utility that's going on in there, let alone all the liquidity with, you know, the different companies and individuals using it on the chain. So we're excited. It's a fun project.
Excited.
People right now earning rewards just from liking, commenting, and engaging on the platforms. Those are some of my most exciting texts I get on a daily basis. Like, wait a second, like I've been, you know, on Parlor and Play TV, and I just earned some Optio rewards. It's pretty cool. And the last thing I'll just end with is, you know, years ago, you know, being in the crypto.
Do you get paid for referring others?
Really simplifies the masses to be able to get crypto and use crypto will win. Well, think about this here. How do you get crypto? You engage on one of the platforms, like, comment, follow, watch the videos, you earn it. How do you use it? You can use it simply with inside the ecosystem, or, you know, like Matt talked about, exchange on an exchange. So we're excited about the future. We're excited about where we're at. We're excited on the timing of where we are currently. And I would love for you guys to get engaged, whether that's just participating in our apps, number one, or number two, if you want to accelerate, you know, your involvement and purchase a node or multiple nodes. So thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will see you on the next one. Y'all take care.
See ya.
Oh, no questions, no hands. Oh, I can't ask a question. What about if I turn my camera on? It's all ended. Look, I've just been having a quick look over here on my other screen. We've gone here. I've confirmed that this is the website address where they the opportunity of a lifetime lies. Now, if you look, I haven't even looked at this opportunity, but we can just tell that's a scam. If I went back to my other screen here though, and I went, what do you know about? And then I'm going to put, oops. What do you know about this? So I'm just going to take their website address. And I presume the company is called, let's have a look at the bottom page. So for here, I'm just going to select the whole page. Foundation. They're managed by decentralized optimal community. So they've got a decentralized community, which is managed by somebody. What? That makes sense in the start. What do you know about? I'll just have to do this. The optimal community. Boom. The community. I would like to start building a knowledge base so I can create a blog. I would like to highlight any red flags that they may have that I should warn people about. All right, so this is how I normally start off a blog. And And now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy their entire homepage of their website and copy that below. And then I'll say, I have copied the text from their homepage of their website and pasted it below. Hope this helps. What do you know about them so far? And have you got any warning flags that I should be concerned about? All right, so now I can ping that out. It chucks their homepage. And there we go. So what are they claiming to be? Okay, well, that's a good start.
Magnifying glass. What is Optio claiming to be? Optio presents itself as a decentralized blockchain platform focused on user-controlled digital identity, data privacy and monetization, node ownership and operation, reward-based interactions with apps, decentralized social media, via Oracle apps like Parallel, Play TV, Bursts, etc. Ambassador, referral, program, a token called Opt, listed on CoinStore. They frame everything with buzzwords: decentralization, Web3, smart contracts, user empowerment, freedom of expression, etc.
Yeah, and interesting enough, if I do click on Ambassador, it just gives me a login screen. So that limits what I can see before I actually go and sign up. But it looks like it just tells me I can log into my account or I sign up. So I'll click sign up while you're listening to this.
Triangular flag on post, red flags, and warning signs. 1. MLM referral structure masquerading as ambassadors earn rewards and commissions for referring others who choose to purchase and operate Optio Oracle nodes. This is a classic MLM hook, reward-based recruitment. If earnings depend on bringing in new node buyers, not actual utility or adoption, the system trends toward Ponzi economics. This is reinforced by the wording around the ambassador program, which clearly incentivizes referrals tied to financial buy-ins, that is, buying nodes.
Yeah. All right. So now what I've done is I've gone and signed up. They've asked me to verify my email address. And so let's sign up and see what happens, eh? Danny the heck, password. I set the terms and conditions. So let's just grab those terms and conditions and let's have a look at those. So first thing first, I'm going to get those terms and conditions. And I'll tell ChatGPT, I am going to sign up so I can explore, but I've come across their terms and conditions and I'm going to paste them below so you can update your knowledge base. Okay, so I'm going to paste those below, and we've got terms and conditions and code of conduct as well. Let's see what we got here. Got a bit of a cold at the moment. Sorry about that. I'll just have to go back to making that fit. Yeah, right, and then I'll do the code of conduct next. Excellent. So now it's saying excellent. I said I also have a code of conduct, and I'll paste that in there as well. I'll wait for that to do its thing. All right. So what have we got now? Hopefully that will let me do what I do. Having a problem with ChatGPT at the moment, which isn't allowing me to, unless I refresh my browser, it won't let me give it another command. Anyway, this one worked. All right, so now we've got, so what have we got? So over here, sorry, I just need to grab that before I lost it. So I've had to agree to the terms and conditions and the code of conduct. I need a password of some sort, which I will just use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it must contain a special character. Oh, well, let's go for exclamation mark. Exclamation mark. Must contain a lowercase exclamation mark, lowercase w, lowercase w. Must contain an uppercase letter. Let's go uppercase W and uppercase W. And now we'll click on the terms and conditions, and we'll actually go submit. Alrighty, exciting times. Oh, now we're in the back end. My commissions. So got my customers, my leads. It's all about affiliate marketing, training and compliance. Get started, compliance, video training, resources. So you can download the pitch deck. And here we go here, the whole pitch deck, which we will save. We'll put that on the desktop. And now we'll go back to here, which is where I started off originally. And we will put the pitch deck in here. And now we'll have their pitch deck all ready for us. So we can just download, grab their pitch deck, and now we can start our own Zoom meetings and just go through the disclaimer. So that pitch deck's also pretty cool. So now we're going to drag that pitch deck. What can you learn from their pitch deck? Should we include this in the blog? Okay. So it's reading the documents. Okay. So that's what we listen. So now we've got a whole lot of new information in here because I've been putting this into ChatGPT, and let's listen to see what we've got so far.
Magnifying glass key takeaways from the Optio node sales deck. Emergency vehicle revolving light 1. $1,000 node license sale with no external value. One-time cost, $1,000. Monthly hosting fee required. Begin participation within 24 hours via ambassador link. This mirrors classic node-based Ponzi models, for example, Strong Block, Planet 9, Gala nodes, where users pay upfront to participate, must host maintain a node, vague tech, are encouraged to recruit others using ambassador links, and tokens, opt, for contributions that have no third-party demand. Despite disclaimers, the entire structure relies on new participants purchasing licenses to sustain token activity, a textbook Ponzi mechanic.
Well, there you go. So if no one recruits, the company falls over.
Emergency vehicle revolving light 2. Repeated disclaimers to evade regulation. The deck obsessively repeats, not an investment, not passive income, no ROI guarantees, designed with SEC regulatory compliance in mind. This is pure legal theater, because the sales pitch still emphasizes daily token rewards, real-world utility via Kivo, Perilla, Play TV, etc. Ownership and earning by contribution. A price history graph for up with dollar values. You don't need disclaimers if you're not selling something that walks like an investment. The overuse here proves they know the risks and are trying to sidestep them.
I love the way it says designed with SEC regulatory compliance in mind. What does that mean? Oh my goodness. Well, let's carry on because these are quite good. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Deceptive.
Emergency vehicle revolving light 3. Deceptive platform integration. Claims the deck heavily pushes real-world integration by linking to platforms like Perilla, Political Free Speech Network, not blockchain native, Play TV, Dazzle, Kivo, Triton, Edgecast, all of which are vaguely described, not independently verifiable, not provably integrated with ARP token utility. Most of these appear branded placeholders or ghost projects to give ARP fake credibility. It's the same tactic used by Hyperverse, Decentra, and GS partners, invent phantom utility to justify token sales.
Yeah, so no, it's not their first rodeo. Well, it's not our first rodeo, obviously, because we've seen all these scams before. And they make them sound enticing. They give you fear of missing out tactics.
Emergency vehicle revolving light 4. Vanity metrics and buzzwords they sprinkle in. 15.3 million accounts on Perilla, irrelevant to Optio's blockchain. Web3 cloud hosting, Pulse network edge platform. Proof of impact. Scalable ad tools, enterprise-grade cloud, open compute hardware. But none of these are explained or independently verifiable. It's fluff-heavy marketing intended to impress crypto novices and give the illusion of technical legitimacy.
Yep. I don't need to explain all that. This is just basics.
Emergency vehicle revolving light 5. The pitch closes like an MLM presentation. This is your opportunity to own a piece of the future, power the network, own by participation, own the infrastructure. Classic MLM emotional triggers, scarcity. Node licenses are limited, may require higher pricing. Urgency, start within 24 hours. Identity appeal, be more than a user, be an operator. This language is meant to emotionally hook new recruits, not educate real tech users.
Excellent. Well, let's create a blog that we can expose this company and warn mum and dad investors. Use every bit of information I've given you, and if there's any third-party information that we don't have already, feel free to include this in the blog. Let's make this blog easy to read, bolding important words, and separate each paragraph with a heading. And please remember, instead of using bullet points, let's write them into a conversational paragraph. Let's write them into a paragraph. All right, so let's see what it comes up with anyway. Oops, where's it gone? There it is. Who are they claiming to be? 1,000 nodes opportunity. Disclaimers don't erase the truth. Ambassador program, classic multi-level marketing with a crypto twist. Fake utility. Just remember, one of our Avengers is quite passionate about crypto, and I get that, but it's not, crypto is not the problem. It's people use crypto to get people's money, and then they convert it back to fiat currency and go shopping and buy new cars with it. Well, in the meantime, everyone wins. Who's behind it? They won't say. No name leadership. Final verdict. Well, that's pretty good. So anyway, if you've been watching this video, thank you. Do make sure that you do subscribe, which would be really neat. I think we've done a pretty good job. And also I tell anyone that subscribes to my videos that I will get Sadie to clean your computer screen. So here she comes. Here's your present for subscribing to the YouTube channel. If you want to support me in any which way, you can join the YouTube channel. Just click the join button under this video. If you're watching this on the blog, you'll see that I've got support buttons in the bottom. Appreciate any donation or gifts that you can give me. I don't get paid for doing this, and I certainly don't get paid enough money from my YouTube channel. I would have to get like 200,000 people looking at my videos before I actually made the living that I've become accustomed to. Anyway, it's not about the money. It's about warning mum and dad investors. And no doubt this hopefully helped you and saved you. No doubt you were searching whether this is a good opportunity. Please do not invest. Post your comments below. We will answer each and every one personally. We'll help guide you in the right direction. We're not going to give you financial advice, nor are we also going to give you a link to another platform where you could sign up and lose your money, because these schemes are rampant and they're everywhere. I have never, ever found a legitimate platform that stand by the claims that they say and deliver what they say. So don't get fooled in the hype of the crypto industry. Just stay away from these crypto investments. If you've got money to burn, put it in the bank, go buy some property, go start up a business and provide a product or a service to your clients and build up a business genuinely. I'm Danny Heck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
You want to pay the farm, or do you want to pay the
they just keep coming, ladies and gentlemen.
It's your choice.
Got another one
So
for us to
thank you so much
into.
for everyone that came on and whoever's getting ready to jump off. Now let's talk about the business side. So why should you look at the opportunity?
Why?
It's because we are in the era of the microbiome. This is the 21st century health revolution. You are in it whether you want to be in it or not. In 2002, this wasn't a conversation. In 2021, look at where the numbers have jumped.
See what we can do here.
And in 2025, it's even higher.
This meeting is being
Now,
recorded.
this is $4.5 trillion worth of market sitting right here in front of us. Opportunity is here, guys. People in these different areas are looking for us. They just don't know we exist. The things that they've been doing is not working. There's a lot of health issues coming behind the things that they're doing.
Here we go.
I.e., like I said, the Wegovy and the Jaro and Ozempic shots. People with injections in their backside and their breasts and their lips, right? People dealing with mental health issues on all types of medication that's causing them to be zombies, can't even think for themselves.
My God.
People are sick of that. Parents, families are sick of that.
Health.
They're looking for us. They don't know we exist. So opportunity is here.
Let's see.
Now you get to work from home, work from anywhere, build residual income right from the comfort of our homes. Now, what do you get and how much is it to get started? It's $25 one-time enrollment.
Turn my camera on.
That is it. Now that's going to get you a professionally designed website and marketing tools, e-commerce store connected to the fulfillment
It's a
center.
scam.
Hold on, we have a hacker on the line. Let me remove this person.
Hacker on the line.
My co-host, if you can check just to make sure there's no others. I apologize. This is why we have to
Shut the chat room down.
mute the lines out because we've been having hackers come on. So unfortunate. But anyway,
I'm a hacker.
e-commerce store connected to the fulfillment center. Okay, so this is powerful here. You don't have to worry about shipping products anywhere. The company ships it on your behalf directly to your client, right from those warehouses that I showed you earlier.
Okay, let's have
Online
a look
business management dashboard,
in the gallery.
in-house customer service, and online
She's
support
the only
ticket
one that's
system.
got a camera on.
A $200 a month value, you're getting it for one-time $25, plus all the tax breaks too. So that's amazing. Mr. Maurice, who you just heard from, he did his taxes this year. His tax professional told him if he did not have a home-based business, he would have paid $10,000 in taxes. Because he had a home-based business, he only had to pay $2,000 in taxes. Huge difference. He saved $8,000 just for having
This meeting is being recorded.
Now, here are the different starter packs. We recommend, of course, the P84. That's the gut system, or the P84 Gold for you and a loved one. Okay, it's $170 for the P84 or $330 for 2 sets of the P84. Now, we have the P84 where if you sell hold on, we still have another hacker. Let me remove them out. Somebody is listed as me now in here. It's unbelievable. All right, here we go. P84. The more P84s you sell in a week and even in a month's time, the company rewards you even more than a person who sells them occasionally. And I'm going to show you what I mean. Right? Because people who know you and people who people do business with who know, like, and trust.
Organized to
so you enroll people in a P84, and those people turn around and enroll people in a P84. Just those 2 steps alone will allow you to earn 20 up to 25% commission per P84 sale, when typically you would only earn 15%. And then you create building blocks, and building blocks is selling 4 P84s in a week's time. That also puts you in position to earn 20% on level 1, 20% on level 2. So you can increase your commission from 15% combined to 40%. And it just keeps getting better and better and better. And then just to show you what your income will look like doing that to start, 520, 3,000, 120, and so much more.
Here we go.
Now here's a compensation chart as well. Just
the meeting's been locked.
Okay, just showing you how you get paid on all the different levels. Everybody starts out as an affiliate plus, no matter who you are. You start there, then you move up to merchant. And then from merchant up to builder, leader, star performer, and elite. There's not a whole lot of positions. There's only 6 positions here total. That's it. And every level, you open up more levels of getting paid and higher commission as well.
So I might as well say goodbye to these people.
Our first goal, just so you have an understanding, the first goal is to get you paid, promoted, and in profit mode immediately. Okay. All right. Hang on one second. We got people raising their hand. What is going on here?
Scam.
My apologies. I think we still have a hacker coming in here.
Scam. Fun to a daddy took a D-Byrd away.
Actual tokens
everyone.
That you'll be
Not
able to
live,
buy, sell, trade,
just cleaning up some of my bookmarks and I stumbled across a couple of meetings just in case I come across any action. I will have it recorded. So let's see if I can cause some havoc in here.
Fiat, which is foreign currency that you're
Chat room
holding
is open to everybody.
Your banking portal. Okay,
so
here is the crypto portal. When you want to set up a deposit to one of these accounts, let's say you want to send some funds here for whatever reason, you would start by clicking on the wallet address. And you can see I just did this screenshot actually today. So the Tron wallet is here now.
We'll see what we're peddling today.
But I'm saying I would like to send USDT via the Polygon network. So I'm
Let's have a look and see who's
MetaMask,
in here anyway.
and if I open my MetaMask, the token I would choose would be USDT. The network that I would be sending to would be Polygon. So
let's go and open up another browser.
Polygon to
we'll
the
go
wallet
into this
address
room
that is identified here inside the screen. And
join.
you always, when you're getting ready to send something, you always want to make sure that
Unleashing the
your
power
numbers
of
for the
quantum
wallet are
FI
matching. You always
Global.
check the first
This meeting is being recorded.
Of the wallet address and the 4 to 5 last.
Leave.
I even check sometimes in the middle,
All
like
right, so
it
let's
might
go
even
get
be a
some
word or something that makes me
little,
remember it or
pension.
not. Like I could say occupation,
And it's
35 or Deb. I just say words
right, we're
that
ready.
make me remember the wallet address and identify it quickly when I see it.
Here we go. Let's see what happens with this lady.
So you always want to double check, even if it looks familiar, because numbers, a lot of numbers look familiar. And if you're copying and pasting,
she's helping me
especially
out.
on a phone, sometimes when you press copy, your phone doesn't always copy. So it may be holding a
Terrence
previously
Bell,
copied item
Mark,
or something that you
Griswold,
actually had sent or received from somebody earlier, and it could be the wrong
Celilia
address. So just
Atkin,
always double check before you send it,
which
because
I think
once
is me.
it's sent, and it's no coming back, man. Okay. So once you have identified that and
Wonder how
you
much
put
crypto
the
has been
amount of
lost.
tokens that you want to send, you would press continue and then confirm on your wallet that you want to send, and then you would send it, and it will wind up in your wallet on side of the dashboard.
We haven't even done a blog on this one
Once you
yet.
have crypto on your wallet, you can load your cards through here.
Credit cards.
On the cards, when you do qualify and you go through your soft KYC,
so you've got
which is very
liquid pay. Oh, they cut me out. Let's go back to the original. I've been removed. So that's not very nice. So to get us back on that one, we've removed both of us. That's pretty cunning. I feel left out now. We'll just go back and get one of them back in here in a hurry. And we will go and join using Danny to heck and see what happens. I will just shut down a window. Yep. I'm assuming they won't let me. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip browsers. We'll go to this one. And I don't know why I can't pick my name. Oh, because I have to register for this meeting. So, yep, isn't allowed in. And, yeah, so there's new credit cards out there. Well, there you go. There's just a little wee clip for you. I'll leave this one and go back to another meeting I was about to go into. It's me again. Can't help myself, but here's Randy. Randy's waving his hand around. Well, let's see if we can get some fun into here.
Just send me your goodbye note. Really. And that would be sad for me. It doesn't happen. The low rev has to always be there. Okay. If we don't keep the forward pressure on the rock, we don't always have to be in full-blown build mode. Pressure but if we don't keep the forward pressure on the rock is going to roll down the bottom of the hill. And it will roll down the bottom of the hill. It will roll over you. And it'll be much more difficult to get it back to that same place on the hill next time. It is a brutal mistake. Remember, I said earlier, what is my process if something doesn't go the way
I don't know why they just don't allow people in here.
Is first of all, is there anything that I am doing that can change the situation that I could do differently? And second, have the long-term fundamentals changed? Has the story changed? No, the story hasn't changed. Okay, then I'm in. And notice, and when I said I am in, notice I said I'm in as much as I was yesterday, but I'm probably not as much as I will be tomorrow. That's the truth. It's a steady gradual crescendo for me. And so, though it was not the day that I wanted it to be, I want you to know that I am as in at this second as I was before the day started, and that I'll be a little bit more in by the time tomorrow ends because of the things that I do to cause that to be the outcome once I've made my decision. Oh, this guy goes on, doesn't he? Okay, and by the way, I'm not surprised I made the decision. I made a decision on February 13th, but I've had to make it another couple of times along the way. I mean, I've made that decision another couple of times along the way. Then I've talked about the fact that we have to keep the forward pressure on the rock. And so how do we keep the forward pressure on the rock? If you go a day without engaging in one of the revenue producing activities, then the muscle associated with that, the network marketing muscle associated with that activity will atrophy a tiny bit. If we go 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, okay, we're probably all right. If my observation is, if a person allows a week to go by without a revenue producing activity, when they're not yet making enough money that it matters in their families, which by definition, none of us are here right now. If a person allows 6 days or 7 days to go by without a revenue producing activity, you might as well put a life support mask on them, because if they go 6 more days without a revenue producing activity, we're probably not seeing them again. Yeah, that's the truth. Good point. You've got to keep the low rev always going. Yeah, always, keep your sales going, really. And so if on a daily basis, I engage in one of the revenue producing activities, that kept the forward pressure on the rock. And so today, Bev kept the forward pressure on the rock. She went for a walk. She met some new people. She kept the forward pressure on the rock. It wasn't really working, but you kept the forward pressure on the rock. Your mind was in the game. You were contemplating how do I get to the next candidate. That's keeping forward pressure on the rock. When you guys are on this session, every time you're on this session, that's keeping forward pressure on the rock. And as I referenced a little bit earlier, and I'm hoping it wasn't in any way offensive or taken wrong, but those people who are here day after day after day after day, it's easier for you to hold the rock where it is.
Yep.
People are only here every once in a while.
It's
the rock rolls right down the hill. I mean, that's what happens. And so the daily investment of this hour to be together is in fact an extraordinarily effective hedge to prevent you from allowing this to
they
slip
removed
through
me from the meeting, and I'm
somehow.
not even.
And then you've
How do I
heard
get
me
to be in the
say
meeting, Randy?
that in addition to always keeping the diesel engine running, I mean, it's always there. You folks are never going to find a time when my diesel engine is not running, because I know it is so much harder to get started than it is to stay started. Therefore, I will not allow a day to go by, not a day, without engaging in any revenue producing activity. It's going to happen. Bang, 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 bang.
Bang, bang,
right
bang,
now,
bang,
this is
bang.
extraordinarily easy for me because every evening I conduct this session. Well, that's for you. That's keeping forward pressure on the rock. For me, it's pushing the rock pretty hard, because you are participating.
She removed me.
And it's a little bit different, my role and your role in this. Then you've also heard me say that in addition to always keeping the forward pressure on the rock, the diesel engine, low revs
They
in the
must going to
background,
kick me out of here soon.
bang, bang.
She'll be
Then you've heard me
systematically
say
going
that in
through the
moments
room
of
trying to
profound
figure out
opportunity
which
or
one's
profound need, then I go zing, 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 like a 2-cycle dirt bike. Now it's a very, very, very high rev. And the diesel engine is still back there in the background, bang, 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 bang. But in moments of profound opportunity and in moments of profound need, then it goes zing, zing, zing. Guess what this moment is? This is both. This is the moment of profound opportunity and it is a moment of profound need. That's what it is. It is both. Your group needs to see you zing, zing, zing in this environment. If your group sees you, just that low revving diesel engine, they're not going to take aggressive action. And if worse than that, you're not visible in keeping forward pressure on the rock. Remember, what is a leader? A leader is someone who people follow. If suddenly you're not moving, then where are they going to follow you to? Nowhere. All productivity stops at this stage of the game. And so I would ask each of you to ask yourself this question. Is this a moment of either profound opportunity for you? Is this a moment of profound need for you? Or might it be both? If it's one or the other or both, then that demands that in addition to the
one of the guys in this meeting has got his phone number.
Bang, bang. And that's why from now until whenever this thing gets open, I don't know when it will be. I don't know. From now until whenever it gets open, you can know that I will do this night after night after night after night, because this is keeping the forward pressure on the rock for me, and it's keeping the forward pressure on the rock for you. And it's helping us become an organization as opposed to a group of people. Now, there may be a time or two when I'm not able to. For example, I'm on a red-eye flight in a couple of nights to fly out and see Jamie Hansel in New York. And so that evening, in all likelihood, I won't be able. And I'll give you advance notice as best I can. But by and large, you can know that until we're open, this is going to happen almost every night. And the only way that it won't is if I happen to be on an airplane. For some reason, it's impossible. That you'll see. You'll know that. And so you'll be seeing the bang, 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 bang.
What the hell?
What won't be as visible to you is, I promise you, zing, zing, zing. Because that's what has to happen right now. That's what has to happen. We must bring new people into the business who are not carrying around the baggage of the last 3 months of wait. We must, I mean, if you want to be happy, you want to be excited, go out and talk to a new candidate. You want to be over the top happy, go help that new candidate talk to their first candidate. I mean, this is a really simple deal. You want to be more happy, engage in the revenue producing activities because they all make us feel better. You want to be restless, irritable, and discontent, sit around and think about the things that could be different. You're doing nothing to change them.
Okay, so
Mary Duffy, pipe in and tell me what's happening.
We're going to message this guy.
Well, I was a little bit disappointed.
I was a little bit
and I was happy at the same time. Oops. Because we get to finish boot camp.
That's right. And you're exactly right.
That was the winning thing for me out of today's information from Bob. So I look forward to the rest of the training. And thank you for.
Let's see if we can ring this guy. I'm just ringing him.
Keith, you've been out and about this for a long time. Tell me what's on your mind today. Keith, ask to unmute. Fire away.
Here we go.
Well, certainly I felt the disappointment as well. But, you know,
he's not ringing this guy.
I remember as a child when I believed in Santa Claus. And I remember in the early stages of my MLM career, I believed all the press that I heard about every owner I ever met.
Come on, mate, answer your phone.
And I came to believe that there was no Santa Claus in due time, and that
right,
there was
Keith?
a much greater reason for
ringing,
celebrating Christmas as I became an adult.
Your phone.
You know, as we grow in network marketing and we grow personally, we come to realize that the great walls that we've built around our heroes have chinks in them. And the only thing that I can ask and pray for and maybe sometimes demand is that I get somebody's best.
Oh, and he's
I have no doubt that we're getting the best that we can from you. I frankly have no doubt that we're getting the best that we can from Bob.
Yeah, I think so too.
But
yeah, I can't ask for more.
Oh, what about payment?
Yes, he has chinks. He's not the most communicative. He's not the most transparent.
This guy that we've pinned.
But he's a long way from some of the foibles that have been foisted on me by other owners. He's a long way from that. So he's got a couple of chinks. Well, great. We can celebrate his humanness.
He's looking at his
and
phone.
I'm sure we can celebrate yours because you've made it all too evident. You know, that's kind of the way I look at it. We're going to have a greater reason for celebrating
this guy here is going to be
than that which we're aware of now.
Look at him. He's just a salesman.
You know, we're going to move into our adulthood in this opportunity. And I have every reason to believe that if the people that are there are doing their best, that we're going to have a wonderful Christmas every year.
Oh, my God.
That's the way I look at it.
You reckon?
Thank you. Great. I look at it that way too, folks. I hope you guys know. I know you all know, but how lucky is this little group of people to be having this conversation as opposed to what's rattling through people's brains out there on the rest of planet Earth? You know, this is what makes it all happen. So thank you for being here. Harlequin, you are my final commentator tonight. Tell me what's happening.
Okay. Well, a couple of different things, some of which came up from other people talking. Just one, Paul, I've actually met Bill Porter and I've bought Watkins products from him.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, he's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful man. I'm sure he's passed away at this point, but anyways, yeah, I mean, obviously not thrilled with the 17th idea, but it is what it is, and it's going to open when it opens. But one thing that I haven't heard anybody mention, and I've been driving, so
here you go.
I didn't hear everything, but I didn't hear anybody mention the fact that Bob was hinting at other products that he's going to be bringing on board.
Oh,
I don't know. Did you?
I have only a tiny bit of visibility into that. I was surprised when he said that because Thomas would know this, and I guess Greg would know.
So that video email here, ladies and gentlemen.
If you don't know what Randy's all about, he's into the wheel. Is when the company expanded from email marketing, it didn't work very well.
Video email.
Paul and I were involved in a company called Motivate, and we had one product that sold. I mean, it sold 90% of volume. It's called
no one's thought of it yet.
And then the day always comes, the day will come in our company. The day comes when you shoot an arrow into the sky, it can only go so high, and a product loses its uniqueness over time. I mean, one day, somebody will copy any product idea if it's a good one. That will happen. It takes a while.
That will happen to us.
And so we were selling a product called Monovi Active. It was 90% of our sales. And then the company decided they wanted to add another product because now you could find some other things that were arguing they would like it. And so what did the company do? The company introduced another bottle of acai berry juice, but they put resveratrol in it and called it Pulse for heart conditions, right? And Paul, I think you know what's happened, but you might not know exactly. We went from doing $500 million in sales in one product, one SKU. Now we had two products. And you know how much volume we did? 500 million, but now split by two SKUs.
So he's done $500 million worth of sales, and now he's in here every day doing Zoom meetings because he wants to reinvent the wheel.
And they receive the products the company sells. And so when the company added a new product, Paul, people didn't start buying twice as much. They were still buying the same number of volume points so they could meet the comp plan. But now you had two SKUs, two inventories, two manufacturing processes. And so the company said, wait, we should do something else. They had one called Wellmune. It was going to improve the immune system. Now, what did we have? We had the exact same $500 million in sales, but now we had three SKUs. because people were buying the volume that was necessary to qualify in the comp plan. It wouldn't have mattered if you had 500 products. They would have bought the same. And so the company went from being dramatically profitable with a single item to it got worse. You know, after Wellmune, then came a whole product line called Mint, and then came the energy drinks. And before long, we got 150 SKUs, the same amount of volume. The company went from being profitable to losing money.
Here we go.
And the company no longer exists.
When I rang him.
What does that have to do with Talk Fusion? Talk Fusion 1 had a very, very similar situation. 90%, more than 90%. And when I say these numbers, it's a privately held company, and numbers rattle off of people's mouths sometimes. And this is the fact. There's no way to verify this number, so I shouldn't say it. But I've been told that somewhere between 90 and 95%
Randy
of
is telling you a bunch of lies,
all
mate.
revenue in Talk
Don't
Fusion
listen to
1
him. There's
was
no
video
such
email.
thing as video email.
But
He's just
along the
making it
way,
up.
and by the
He's
way,
trying to scam you into
like
multi-level
Bob
marketing.
I like Bob and I respect him. But
everyone loves Bob.
There will
There's
always be someone else who is at fault for anything that goes wrong. It's just kind of the way that it is. And so the distributors, the members caused the next problem. And the problem was the members wanted more products. And so Bob acquiesced, and because the members wanted it, then he launched video. It was no longer just video email, but now it also, in addition to video email, it became video newsletters. And about that time, Zoom came along.
Video
and so they launched the
newsletters.
platform to compete with
That's
Zoom.
really going to change
And then
the
it
world
became
of
video, this and that, and the next thing. And so before too long, the company had 15 SKUs, but they still had the exact same amount of revenue. And then, in fact, revenue started going down, not up, because there was confusion instead of clarity. And so Bob was very, very specific with me at the outset. He said, Randy, this is a video email company, and we are not going to broaden our product offering for a period. And so I was surprised today when he hinted at what he hinted at. I have had conversation with Bob, and he's talked about a product pipeline. But when he's talked about a product pipeline, up until, and he didn't say any times on that today. He just said, we're looking at things for the future, right? He has told me in the past very specifically that there would be no contemplation of more products being offered until such time as the company is well established and there is some competitive reason to do so because someone else came along with some competing product. And so yeah, I do believe it's absolutely true that Bob is a visionary person. I think he's been ahead. I mean, think of it, 2007, launching a global video platform that would require streamless streaming of great big files around the world. He was way ahead of his time. I'm believing and hoping and thinking that the things he's talking about right now, Harlequin, are quite a ways down the road. The message he's delivered to me is that we are a video email company, and that's the way it's going to stay until there's a real reason for us to add something to it, not just because it might be kind of cool. And so I think we got quite a long runway before we're going to have any added products. But I'm telling you something I think, not something I know.
Okay, shall I put my hand up? Yep.
Yes,
folks.
well, I did actually go out and went to 2 different networking events this evening. So met some new people, got some business cards.
Beautiful.
And just keep on doing it.
Yes.
Okay, and so folks, you hear my message. My message is
And
what?
so, honey, can I
yes, babe.
you, please? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
babe.
I'm
Sorry.
sorry. I know that that's so rude, but I can't raise my hand because I'm the host.
It's okay. Fire away, babe.
Okay. So we all have our God signs, right? And about 5 or 6 weeks ago, my husband and I really, really desperately needed a date night. And he was able to book a beautiful room for us with points, 100%. Yes. Woo woo. And oh my gosh, these people. Sorry, I have to take care of the hackers.
Date night. So she must know I'm in here now. I've just gone and logged in as somebody's date night.
And one of my souvenirs always is the pen from the hotel, right? And I've been using this pen the entire time for all of our applications. And the fact is that today it ran out.
Well, there you go.
Even though I finished the applications
See what
last
she says
night,
now.
I finished them last
rude.
night, and today
Here we go.
I tried to finish off a couple of notes that I was taking, and it was, hang on, I have to take a picture. Boop. Okay. Sorry. Anyway.
Okay. Oops.
That's all. My pen ran out. My pen ran out of ink. I can't write anymore. I can't write anymore.
All right.
I can't submit any more applications. I can't do anything else. So anyway, that's where we are right now.
Okay. So folks, we are going to gather tomorrow night. I do have a function tonight at the party, and I've got to go to it in just a second. Tomorrow night, we're not going to be discussing current events. Tomorrow night, we're going to be having a leadership training. And my intention is, you guys all know exactly what my intention is. What is our shared intention? It is to grow the single greatest leadership structure in the history of the direct selling industry. That is our goal. That is our target. And there's exactly nothing that is transpiring that is slowing that process down. In fact, if anything, that is accelerating the process, because moments come around when leadership is needed, and that gives leadership the opportunity to grow and step up to the occasion. I do want to end this, however, with just one quick story. I played golf today at a golf club that's one of the finest in the nation, maybe one of the finest in the world. I was a member here for a long time. Now my son Blake is a member here. While I was a member, we became close friends. Samantha and I and our family became close friends with a gentleman named Al Severson. And the last couple of years, I've not done it because, as you know, we've been in the process of launching a business. But for many years in a row, I would go each year up to a place called the Bilwani Wilderness Lodge in the Yukon and go fishing. And it's unbelievable. They're all native. It's not like they're planted, but you catch 35 and 40-pound lake trout, and it's just really an absolutely amazing, incredible experience. I have one son. His name is Sam, and I've described the fact that Sam is who proves to me that environment is at least equally important as gene pool, because my other sons were raised with me in the home, and they are entrepreneurs to the top. I mean, big time, and successful people. And my youngest son, Sam, was raised by my ex-wife's response to me. If I am jalapenos, he is tapioca. I mean, he was a direct response to me. You know, Randy is wild and crazy, and I want something that is dead, dull, and lifeless. And she got him, and he was a fine stepfather. But now, if you were to meet my son Sam has exactly no fire in his belly. I mean, exactly none. And when I'm with Sam, I say, my God, is this guy really from my gene pool? I love him, of course, but he's like, and please don't misunderstand, but I mean, he is a stay-at-home dad. You know, his wife has the job and takes care of the kids. And I know that that's culturally okay in big parts of our world. It's hard for me to imagine my son being a stay-at-home dad. And I was like, I don't get it. It bounces off my brain completely. But I took Sam with me on this fishing trip. And I've had a really, really, really hard time getting through to Sam. And I especially had a hard time getting through to Sam because, unfortunately, his stepdad had unkind things to say about me, which was justifiable. For God's sakes, I was in prison, right? It's like, this is not something that I can be upset about. So I'm completely understanding of it. I took Sam up there, and it was Sam and I and a guy named Al Severson. And Al at the time was 68 years old. And by the way, I'll be 68 in a month. I promise you, Al was a decade at least older than me when he was 68. But anyway, we go up there, and I've got my 16-year-old son at that point in time, and I had 68-year-old Al who acted like 88. And he became a subject of one of the boot camp lessons because Al was able to get through to Sam in a couple of minutes on a fishing boat. And I had not been able to get through to Sam ever on all various visitation visits. But Al was able to get through to Sam. And I thought to myself, while I was there and on the flight back home, I thought, why was it that Sam would gravitate to Al? I mean, really, Al is 68. That doesn't feel old to me now because I am.
He just goes on and on.
68. And he's a very small, diminutive guy. And if you can just imagine the guy that's out wearing the fishing cap, and he always has a little drop of snot hanging on his nose that's about to fall off. This is Al. I mean, this is Al. You guys can all see Al. And he's one of my favorite human beings on this planet. And so I made myself this question: why would 17-year-old Sam accept leadership from 68-year-old Al? And this note, this was made a decade ago. 68 sounded old. Suddenly it doesn't sound old to me. But here was my 17-year-old son, Sam. Why would he accept leadership from 68-year-old Al? And these were the lessons. This was the observations. Al won the hearts and minds of everybody he's ever been in association with that I have seen, but he won Sam's heart and mind. How did he win Sam's heart and mind? This is the truth. I'll share with you a little bit of insight about me. if we're going fishing, what I'm doing is I'm hooking up my rig and I'm going fishing. But what Al did is he sat with Sam and showed him how to hook up his rig. I didn't. But Al sat with Sam and he showed him how to hook up his rig. And he showed him how to tie the knots. And he showed him how, when the first fish was caught, how to release the fish so that it wouldn't be injured. And he showed Sam how to behave on a boat. And so the reason that Al got through with Sam is because Al was selfless. Al invested time in Sam. I rushed right off and started hooking up my own rig. I'm going to go catch my fish. And so it was my life has been a continuing, never-ending lesson to Randy. Get out of your head. It's not about you. Think less about you. Become more aware of what's going on around you. See what other people are doing. And so, I promise you, Al didn't have to go out of his way to do it. Al's one of the most loved men that I know. I don't know very many people that are as widely loved as this man, Al. And now I know why. It's because just like I became Al's friend, because Al was always so interested in me. Then I saw Sam become Al's friend because Al was so interested in Sam. And that was such a fascination for me because I was able to see what had drawn me to Al. And then I was able to be on the outside looking in and see Al drawing Sam to him. And I thought that was quite a task. 17-year-old kid. Al was unbelievably patient, unbelievably patient. I would like to tell you that patience is one of my virtues. It is not. I expect people to know what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and I expect them to do it and tell me how great it was. That's not really the way it is it? And so Al
I bet everyone in here is watching this guy. Shut up.
Sam. I mean, you guys know if you're fishing, all kinds of stuff happens. I mean, hooks get stuck in people's ears and in their lips and in their fingers, and you got these great big monsters fish flapping around the boat. Lots of stuff happens.
Flapping around.
And I saw Al being so unbelievably patient.
How could you listen to this guy all this time?
Sam was my kid. I was nowhere near as patient with Sam as Al was. Completely different. And then, God, I've got people calling me, telling me that I'm late. That's okay. I'm going to finish it anyway. Then Al was unbelievably loving. He had never met Sam before. Al and Sam had not met. I'm telling you, by the time that week was over, Sam was without question far closer to Al than to any of his uncles or his grandfathers because Al just took so much time with him. I mean, he taught him how to do things. I didn't teach him. I went and did it myself. But instead, Al taught Sam. And you know what? The way that I would have done it, if it had been me, I would have just rigged it up for him. That's what I would have done. I'd have rigged it up for Sam. But Al didn't do that. Al sat with Sam and taught him how to tie the knots, and what leader and which line, and all that kind of stuff. He was extraordinarily loving, unbelievably loving.
That's so nice. What a nice story to share.
He was remarkably kind.
Yeah.
Then, after a couple of days of this, we were up there for 7 days.
Got these people
and
engaged?
It took Al about 2 days to break through to Sam. And 2 days later, Al and Sam were basically joined at the and it was they're two-person boats.
He's living the dream.
Each have two people in a boat. But Sam was no longer interested in just he and I being in the boat. It became 3 people in one of the boats because Sam wanted Al to be with us.
That's Melbourne.
That's what he wanted.
Just saying.
And Al, here's the deal. Al was up there with his son and grandson.
He's stuck in the 70s, but he's still got
his
here.
son and grandson in their boat to spend 2 of the days in our boat with us because he knew how much Sam needed it.
She must
then
have.
After a relationship
she's talking to a dog saying,
then I watched it and I witnessed it.
And what's this
I
guy's
watched Al
deal,
share
man?
wisdom.
I mean,
when Sam would make a statement about something,
I don't know.
Then I watched Al say, "Well, Sam, have you really thought and considered about this?
I
have you stopped and thought what the long-term outcome would be? Have you considered what would happen if you did this instead?" And he just laid it out in such a simple, pragmatic, and just conversational. It wasn't a lesson. Man. It was just a conversation that was going on.
Is that a
shared wisdom
she's got in the background?
And then I put here that he showed grace and courage.
Grace and courage. He's in the kids' bedroom.
The courage part of it is just Al chose to be so incredibly vulnerable. We live in a society where people never want to admit if things are hard. They never want to admit if they're hurt. Yep. As it turns out, Sam was victimized. I mean, not victimized. I never abused my kids, but he was victimized because he was raised in a family with an alcoholic, drug-addicted father who didn't get sober. That's cool. Give me 1 second. And so he was victimized by that. He was traumatized by that. Yep. And Al then described various circumstances and situations from his life and one of his grandchildren's life that closely paralleled Sam.
KFC.
And so he showed grace and wisdom and courage.
How you doing, KFC?
And he was firm in his belief. as it turns out, Sam
She's like
is a part of a religious group that is kind of fringy. And Al was very firm and resolute in his belief. He didn't criticize what Sam was doing, but he told him he thought it was not going to go anyplace good. And then he told him why. And he expressed what his opinions were and what he thought of deity and so on. I was very, very grateful for that. And then what he did, and I will always be forever. I mean, I could cry about it now. I will never, ever lose my gratitude for Al Severson, because then after through showing love, kindness, and patience, he formed a relationship. Then he began teaching lessons. And the last 2 days of that trip, he spent that entire 2 days edifying me to my son.
Not even flinching.
Telling him, I know your dad went through some things. I knew him before it. I knew him during it, and I knew him after it. And your dad's one of the best men that I know. And he just said so many things. And so, I learned a lesson in leadership from a man named Al Severson that day that I can never repay. And so, as I think about those things, I wanted to have at least some little content here that had to do with leadership. And those were my thoughts. What did 68-year-old Al do that would so open Sam's heart to him? And that was it. Great. What's happening?
That was a great story, Randy. I know you got to run. I just wanted to say this.
Thank you.
Having seen your golf swing on video, I've been a fan of Ben Hogan's for probably 50 years. I've read every book. I've watched his swing over and over and over. And I watched your setup and the movement of your feet and just your anticipation of hitting the golf ball and your swing itself. It reminded me a lot of Hogan. And I will say this, with a swing like that, you should never have a bad day on the golf course.
Thank you for that. And the absolute
every
truth
78-year-old guy
swing was patterned after Ben Hogan. Hours and hours and hours of watching that golf swing, and hours of trying to replicate it with a video camera. At any rate, folks, life is good, and every once in a while we get a bump in the road, but behind the bumps are always smooth sailing. And once again, I want to come back around to the great big exclamation point. Nothing changed that changed the long-term outcome. Nothing changed that changed the size of the possibility. What changed was our ability to generate income for the next 3 weeks. We're all going to be alive a lot longer than 3 weeks, God willing, and we're going to need income after that fact. 3 weeks will come and they will go. The question is, are we going to spend them? Are we going to invest them? At the very, very least, every single one of us, please promise yourself that you will keep the forward pressure on the rock. The diesel engine will keep going. Bang, 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 bang. For those of you who can see opportunity here, and I see opportunity whenever there's a moment of great travail or a moment of great opportunity. And that is when I go zing, zing, zing.
Zing, zing,
if
zing.
The moment of travail and opportunity happen to be the same moment, that's even bigger. That's when unbelievable things can happen, when moments of profound challenge meet profound opportunity, and they come together with someone who is prepared to take the right actions. I am going to go over there. I'm about to go now. Now, Ray, what's going to happen is at nighttime, they set up lights and we hit golf balls over a pond onto a green. And I'll be about the only guy that's not blistered drunk, and so I might win. We'll see what happens. Okay. See you guys later. Good night, all.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
The recording has stopped.
Oh, that was fun. Anyway, that's Randy. He's pushing video email. It's called Talk Fusion. They've even got an empty building they operate out of right next to a subway. We found it on the internet, so it must be real. But once again, it's just multi-level marketing. And unfortunately, guys, I don't have any times for multi-level marketing. Now, this is the last clip. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Danny Heck, a.k.a. the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Here to name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. See you in the next video.